Welcome back to Top Liberty Coins, the place where we explore the hidden treasures of American coins, their history, their beauty, and their true value in today's market. Today we are diving deep into the 1991 Lincoln cent, also known as the 1991 penny. At first glance, this coin may look ordinary, but once we uncover its history, design details, errors, and current market worth, you'll realize why collectors and investors keep their eyes on this piece of American currency. So, stay with me through this full journey, because the 1991 cent has more stories and hidden value than most people ever imagine. Background of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the very first circulating coin in the United States to feature a real historical figure. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse with Lincoln's portrait has remained in place for more than a century, making it one of the most iconic coin designs in American history. By 1991, the Lincoln cent had already been circulating for over 80 years, and it carried with it not only monetary value but also symbolic significance as a tribute to one of the greatest American presidents. 1991 coinage and composition. In 1991, the U.S. Mint struck billions of Lincoln cents at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The composition of these coins is also interesting. Starting in 1982, the U.S. Mint shifted from the traditional bronze composition to a copper-plated zinc planchet. This means the 1991 penny is made of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper plating. While it still has that bright red shine when fresh, over time the zinc core can cause problems such as corrosion or bubbles under the copper layer. This composition change makes certain coins from this era, including 1991, more prone to collectible errors. Mint locations. The 1991 cent was struck at 3 mints. Philadelphia coins carry no mint mark, Denver coins are marked with a D, and San Francisco coins were made for proof sets with an S mint mark. Each mint has its own level of rarity. The Philadelphia and Denver coins were made for circulation in the hundreds of millions, while the San Francisco proofs were carefully struck for collectors in much smaller numbers, often under 4 million. That makes the S mintmark proof pennies much more desirable to collectors who want pristine, mirror-like examples. Obverse design. On the front of the 1991 penny we see Abraham Lincoln's portrait facing right, surrounded by the word Liberty on the left, the date 1991 on the right, and the famous motto, "In God We Trust," across the top. Even though the design seems simple, collectors always check for small details like doubling, weak strikes, and variations in the font or numbers. On some coins, the 1 in 1991 can look slightly doubled or misaligned, which can add value. Reverse design. The reverse side shows the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. If you look closely, you can even see the tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, making it one of the few circulating coins to feature a president on both sides. Above the memorial is United States of America, below it is the denomination 1 cent, and the motto E pluribus unum is written across the top of the building. Sharpness of strike, clarity of lines, and condition of this reverse design all impact the collectible value. Proof coins and their value. San Francisco struck proof coins with the S mint mark. These coins are special because they were never intended for circulation. Instead, they were sold in proof sets, with polished dies that created mirror-like fields and frosted designs. In today's market, a 1991 S proof cent in perfect PR 70 condition can fetch hundreds of dollars. Even lower-graded proof cents hold significant value for collectors assembling complete proof sets. Error cons. One of the most exciting parts of coin collecting is error hunting, and the 1991 cent is no exception. Common errors include off-center strikes, broad strikes, double dies, misaligned dies, die cracks, and plating bubbles. Some rare errors, such as dramatic off-center coins where part of the design is missing, can bring in values far above face value, sometimes in the hundreds of dollars depending on condition. Collectors love these unique mistakes because they turn an ordinary coin into a one-of-a-kind collectible. The cent in 1991 ECONOM. Why the 1991 penny also has a story connected to the economy of its time. By the early 1990s, inflation had reduced the purchasing power of the cent, making it less useful in daily transactions. Yet the mint continued to produce billions of them because they remained a psychological anchor in pricing. For collectors, these cents symbolize an era where coins were becoming less about utility and more about nostalgia and collecting value. Market values for 1991 PNNES. So, what is a 1991 penny worth today? Circulated examples generally hold only face value, but condition and rarity change everything. A 1991 penny in mint state red, MS65 or higher, can bring a few dollars. The 1991 D in high grade is also collectible, while the proof 1991 S commands the highest prices. Some rare varieties and errors have sold for hundreds, and in extreme cases, thousands. Auction records show that collectors are willing to pay serious money for perfectly preserved or uniquely flawed 1991 cents. Auction HIGHLIGHTS. To give you real examples, one 1991 D penny graded MS68 red by PCGS sold for more than $7,000 at auction. That's thousands of times more than its face value. Similarly, a 1991 S-proof graded PR70 Deep Cameo sold for over $2,000. These auction results remind us that condition and rarity always drive the market. While most 1991 pennies are common, the exceptional ones can bring incredible rewards. Collecting strategies for collectors of Lincoln cents, the 1991 issue is essential. Beginners can start by saving nice examples from pocket change, while advanced collectors should look for high-grade certified coins. Building a complete date and mintmark set of Lincoln cents is one of the most popular goals in American numismatics, and 1991 fills an important slot. Don't overlook proof sets, since those provide some of the most valuable specimens. Investment potentialities. The 1991 penny a good investment? While not every coin from this year will skyrocket in value, carefully chosen high-grade examples and rare errors have strong long-term potential. The Lincoln cent series has one of the largest collector bases in the world, meaning demand will likely remain strong for decades. For those interested in investing in coins, the 1991 cent offers opportunities if you know what to look for. Fun facts. Here are some fun facts. If you stacked every 1991 penny ever minted, it would reach into space. Many people don't realize that even though the coin is called a copper penny, it actually has very little copper. And here's another interesting fact: the 1991 penny was minted in the same year the World Wide Web was launched, connecting it to a historic turning point in human history. Closing and call TOACTO. And so, what did we learn today? The 1991 Lincoln cent may seem common, but it carries with it rich history, hidden errors, proof treasures, and the potential to be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in the right condition. This is why collectors love the hunt. It's not just about money, but about preserving history in your hands. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1991 penny, make sure to subscribe to Top Liberty Coins, hit the like button, and share this video with other coin enthusiasts. Stay tuned, because every coin has a story, and here at Top Liberty Coins, we are dedicated to uncovering them all. Until next time, happy collecting and may you find treasures in your change. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatic history, the 1998 D Lincoln cent. Many collectors overlook it, but this coin holds secrets, a powerful history, and in certain conditions, it can be worth far more than just a single cent. Stay tuned as we break this down into 15 parts, exploring every angle, from design and minting to current market values that can reach thousands of dollars. The birth of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln cent first appeared in 1909, designed by Victor David Brenner. It replaced the Indian head cent and became the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. The 1998 D is part of this long heritage. Every Lincoln cent carries with it over a century of tradition, connecting modern America with Abraham Lincoln's legacy. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that symbolizes freedom, resilience, and the American spirit. That is what makes the Lincoln cent special. Understanding the 1998 D Mint mark. The D Mint mark represents the Denver Mint, which struck millions of coins in 1998. While circulation numbers were huge, not every coin survives in pristine condition. The Denver Mint is known for both common strikes and hidden rarities. Collectors constantly search for Denver coins with errors or high-grade conditions, which dramatically increase their value. A 1998 D cent in your change may look ordinary, but looks can be deceiving. The 1990s, an important era for PNNES. The 1990s brought several interesting developments for U.S. coinage. The Lincoln cent had already transitioned from a bronze alloy to a copper-plated zinc composition in 1982. By 1998, every Lincoln cent was 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. This change caused new varieties, striking issues, and the potential for valuable mint errors. The 1998 D fits perfectly into this chapter of U.S. coin history. Why the 1998 D matters to collectors. At first glance, the 1998 D is just another modern penny. But collectors know to look deeper. Certain high-grade 1998 D cents graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. In fact, record sales show coins selling for upwards of $7,000 or more, depending on rarity and condition. Imagine pulling one out of pocket change, a 1-cent coin transformed into a treasure. Error coins and varieties. The 1998 D Lincoln cent has notable error coins that make it extremely desirable. Collectors search for double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and die clashes. Some 1998 cents even feature proof-like finishes or unusual strikes, increasing their value. A single error penny can turn into a collector's dream, with values soaring far beyond its face value. Always check your coins closely, that tiny detail could mean thousands of dollars. The 1998 wide AM variety. One of the most exciting aspects of the late 1990s Lincoln cents is the wide AM reverse variety. In 1998, most cents have the close AM, but a small number were struck with the wide AM design, usually reserved for proof coins. The 1998 wide AM is rare and valuable. While most are found in Philadelphia minted coins, collectors also examine Denver coins for similar unexpected varieties. This discovery made the 1998 cent a hot target among numismatists. The role of grading coin grading is everything in the world of value. A 1998 D Lincoln cent in circulated condition may only be worth a penny, but in MS67 red condition, it can be worth thousands. Professional grading by PCGS, NGC, or ANAX ensures authenticity and market confidence. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for graded coins, especially those with pristine luster, no scratches, and full sharpness. Market demand and trends. The coin market constantly shifts. In recent years, Lincoln cents from the 1990s have gained attention. As younger collectors enter the hobby, they often begin with coins they remember from childhood, making 1990s cents nostalgic and valuable. Online auctions, coin shows, and marketplaces like eBay are filled with buyers searching for high-grade 1998 D coins. Demand fuels price, and scarcity pushes it even higher. Record sales and big numbers. Now let's talk real numbers. Some 1998 D Lincoln cents graded in top conditions have fetched close to $7,879.98 at auction. Yes, that's thousands of dollars for a single penny. This is why collectors and treasure hunters love Lincoln cents. They are accessible to everyone, yet some can bring life-changing money. Always check your change, you never know when a simple penny can make you rich. Collector strategies. Serious collectors of Lincoln cents don't just hoard every penny. They carefully search, sort, and submit the best coins for grading. Look for coins with full red luster, minimal spots, and sharp detail. Pay special attention to error varieties like double dies and wide AM. Building a full set of high-grade 1990s Lincoln cents can be both a challenge and an investment that grows in value over time. The history behind the value. Why does the 1998 D Lincoln cent have such potential? Because history makes common things uncommon. Each coin tells a story of American progress. From Lincoln's image representing freedom to the Denver Mint's role in U.S. currency, the cent reflects national identity. When paired with rarity, condition, and demand, the story becomes even more powerful, and that's what drives value in the collector's market. Future value predictions experts predict that high-grade Lincoln cents from the 1990s will continue to rise in value. As fewer survive in perfect condition, rarity increases. Investors and collectors know that today's $1 coin can become tomorrow's $1,000 treasure. The 1998 D cent, with its history and hidden gems, has the potential to be one of those future stars. Collecting today means profiting tomorrow. How to spot a WNR when examining your 1998 D pennies? Check for the following signs: bright red luster with no discoloration, sharp strike with no weak details, possible wide AM reverse variety, doubling on letters or numbers. Off-center strikes or unusual errors. These details separate an ordinary cent from a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Conclusion and call TOACTO. And so there you have it, the full story of the 1998 D Lincoln cent. From its place in U.S. history to its potential for life-changing value, this coin proves why we at Top Liberty Coins say never underestimate the power of pocket change. A single penny can hold a fortune. Keep checking your coins, keep learning, and keep collecting. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to Top Liberty Coins for more deep dives into rare and valuable coins. Your next treasure might already be in your pocket. Thank you for watching, and remember, every coin has a story, and every story could be worth a fortune. Today's video is going to be very special because we are diving deep into the fascinating story of the 2005 D Lincoln cent. This little coin, often overlooked in daily transactions, has an amazing history and, in some cases, can be worth much more than its face value. So grab your coins, sit back, and let's explore every detail you need to know about the 2005 D Lincoln penny and its market value today. The legacy of the Lincoln cent. Before we jump into the 2005 D, let's first understand the legacy of the Lincoln cent. Introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, this coin became the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. Over the decades, the Lincoln cent has undergone design changes, minting variations, and countless error coins have been discovered. Collectors from all over the world have always kept a close eye on every year and mint mark, hoping to find the next hidden gem. The Denver Mint and its importance. Now, let's focus on the D Mint mark. The 2005 D penny was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the most productive mints in U.S. history. The Denver Mint has been responsible for producing billions of coins each year, and yet, within these massive numbers, certain rarities slip through. For collectors, the D mark means not just origin, but also the possibility of unique errors or varieties that can skyrocket a coin's value. The 2005 design. The 2005 cent still featured the familiar Lincoln Memorial reverse, a design that ran from 1959 until 2008. On the obverse, we have the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln by Victor David Brenner. At first glance, the coin may look ordinary, but the story behind this year and this mint mark is far more exciting than it appears. Minting numbers and rarity. In 2005, billions of Lincoln cents were minted. Specifically, the Denver Mint produced over 3.7 billion coins. That number might sound huge, and it is. But here's the catch: even in such massive production, small minting errors, double dies, off-center strikes, or special varieties make certain coins extremely rare. This is why collectors pay thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, of dollars for what might seem like just an ordinary penny. Errors that make the 2005 D valuable. The 2005 D penny is known for several varieties and error types. Collectors have identified double dies, where parts of the design look doubled. Off-center strikes, where the image doesn't align properly, and die breaks, where cracks in the die create raised lines on the coin. These errors are what transform a 1-cent coin into something potentially worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Market value today. Now let's talk numbers. A regular circulated 2005 penny might only be worth face value, 1 cent. But a coin in pristine mint state condition, graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, can fetch prices between $50 and $200. The truly rare varieties, such as double die obverse or reverse errors, can skyrocket in value. Some of these rare examples have been reported to sell for more than $7,000, and the highest grade specimens can reach figures like $78,797 in certain auction results. The role of coin grading. Grading is the most important factor in determining a coin's market value. Collectors and investors rely on grading services to assess a coin's condition on a scale from 1 to 70. The higher the grade, the sharper the details, and the fewer marks or scratches. If you have a 2005 penny that looks flawless, you should seriously consider sending it for grading, because it could be worth far more than pocket change. Auction stories. Over the years, some 2005 Lincoln cents have surprised the coin market. Collectors have bid aggressively for top-graded examples and rare errors. For instance, one coin in almost perfect condition crossed the auction block and shocked many with its final price. These stories continue to inspire new collectors to search their jars of change, hoping they too might discover a hidden treasure. How to spot a valuable coin. If you want to check your 2005 penny, here's what to look for. First, examine the obverse and reverse closely with a magnifying glass. Look for doubling in the letters or numbers. Check the strike for sharpness and luster. Inspect the coin's surfaces for scratches, wear, or marks. And most importantly, look for unusual features that don't match a normal cent. Even the smallest error could mean the difference between 1 cent and thousands of dollars. The history of coin collecting. Coin collecting has a rich history that stretches back centuries. Kings, scholars, and ordinary people have always been fascinated by coins, because they are pieces of art, history, and economics all in one. In the case of the Lincoln cent, its popularity exploded in the 20th century, especially after World War II, when children began filling penny boards with coins from circulation. That tradition continues today, with modern collectors still searching for those rare finds. Why the 2005 is special. While not every 2005 penny is rare, the possibility of finding one that is special keeps collectors interested. Its place in the long Lincoln cent series, its connection to the Denver Mint, and the high-quality examples that command huge prices make this year an essential one for coin enthusiasts. Even if you don't find an ultra-rare error, owning a high-grade 2005 penny is still a rewarding part of any collection. The future of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln cent has been around for more than a century, but its future is uncertain. Many have called for the penny to be retired because of production costs. If that ever happens, the coins we use today, including the 2005 will become even more collectible. History has shown that once a coin leaves circulation permanently, its value among collectors can rise dramatically. Tips for collectors and beginners. If you are new to coin collecting, start by checking your change. Keep a close eye on pennies from the 2000s, because many varieties and errors exist. Use a magnifier, learn about grading, and don't be afraid to ask experts for help. Joining collector forums and watching channels like Top Liberty Coins will help you expand your knowledge and maybe even lead you to your first big discovery. Conclusion and call to action. So there you have it, the full story of the 2005 Lincoln cent. From its history and minting to its potential market value today, this tiny coin can be worth much more than most people imagine. Remember, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and treasures can be found in the most unexpected places. Keep looking at your change, keep learning, and keep collecting. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to subscribe to Top Liberty Coins, hit the like button, and share this video with your fellow collectors. Together, we'll continue exploring the fascinating universe of coins, one penny at a time.